I thought, why not make a video at 4 in the morning and start my day early, because yesterday I didn't do anything. So I decided to actually do a quick face beat. Also want to try my new bike. That's primarily the reason why I wanted to do this video. I for one wanted to talk today about my experience in an American high school. Just a quick story time and just a quick background on who I am so that you can get to know me a little bit more. Just wanted to share to my fellow kababayan what my experiences are, because I think they'd find this very interesting. Let's get right into it. This is not a tutorial. I am no way a professional. I'm just here to share my experiences, my thoughts, and just to give you a little insight and background on who I am and what I have been up to. Just a quick background. I left the Philippines when I was 17. Well, technically we arrived here December 31st. We arrived at 8-something p.m. because I vividly remember in my phone, because it was still set in Manila time, it was like 6. And I checked. The lady sitting next to me on the plane, her phone said it's 8. And I was like, what the frick? And so I have to Google, reset everything. It was a mess. We celebrated New Year's. Next day, our full day here in the States, we arrived January 1st, 2018. Yeah, January 1st, 2018. It's always a weird timing. That's why it's always confusing. Even I am confused when we got here and just the entire time. Quick information. Born and raised in Manila, Philippines. I attended 2 schools. Our Lady of Mercy, School of Quezon City. From nursery. No, actually lies. 3 schools. I forgot the first one. Golden Vineyard. That's crazy. And then I transferred to Our Lady of Mercy, OLMS. OLM missions represent from nursery up until 10th grade. Transferred to Mighty NRMF, FEU NRMF. Ecuadorians represent. Pretty much the school system here is the same, since we, the Philippine curriculum, education curriculum, recently updated their education system and patterned it to most leading countries, which is E to 10 to K to 12. So that we're more globally equipped and competitive. I attended NRMF for, it wasn't even a whole year. Basically, I just attended NRMF for a couple of months and then I fucking moved out. Again, we arrived at January 1st and by then, schools have begun. I told my mom the original plan was to take a little break and just begin the next school year. So the plan was, I'm gonna take a break for a solid 4 months. Is that right? A solid 8-month break again after being not on school for how many months due to the entire paperwork process of the immigration. The plan was to attend next school year, so that's basically me a little bit behind compared to my classmates here in the Philippines. All of them have graduated, all of them are on track. Well, I'm gonna be a little bit behind because I'm gonna have to restart my 11th grade, my junior year. If you don't know, schools here in US start at September, late August sometimes, first week of September mostly. Did I mention here in Maryland, very suburban, not New York, not California, not something, very urbanized, suburban Maryland. Not that I hate Maryland, it's just, don't get me wrong, I like it. I enjoy my stay here, but like, just in general, this place lacks potential. It's a dead end. Speaking in my scenario, I'm not generalizing it for everyone because a lot of people found their home, settled here, successful life overall. I mean, good for you. All of a sudden, my mom was like, pack your stuff. We're gonna go to, I don't know, DCC's, like an education consortium, whatever, downtown county consortium, wherein new applicants must first register, file a paperwork, a medical. It's a whole shebang. And I was like, what? I thought the plan was to skip this year. Then my mom was like, you can actually have your credits transferred so that you're not going to be a little behind. You're going to be right on track. Hopefully they accept your credits. And I was like, I'm not entirely sure about that. I want to have a break. Because of course, ikaw ba naman, lumipat across the world it's a big change. It was just a little overwhelming, especially for me. Like, I find it extremely overwhelming to really adapt to changes. Anyways, got sad but got over it the day after. And then next thing I knew, first week of February, I was on school. I attended Wheaton High. By that point, second semester begun. Second semester started, which means I missed the entire first semester. First semester meaning from September to January, and then January till June? May or June, that's second semester. So basically, kung ita-translate mo siya sa settings sa Philippines, in OLMS, first and second quarter, dunzo. Third and fourth quarter, that's the second semester. So basically, I missed half the school year, which basically kind of makes sense because that's what I first attended in RMF, the first semester-ish. I was a little nervous about that because who the heck wouldn't, right? Like, new school, it's like the absolute nightmare. Like, some aspects of it are actually true and some are like exaggerated. Talking about American movies, don't get me wrong. We're gonna have to work with this one. Continuing on, I remember I took biology, health, pre-calculus, dance, and art. Is that it? In history, and English, that was 7 classes. Again, this was me in a new school, middle of the year. Apparently, this happens every day in US. New students come in, a lot of students move in and out when they move to different states or counties. They just have to start fresh. I mean, that's a struggle, but it's whatever. Everyone goes through change, I guess. And apparently changing schools here isn't that very tedious compared to the ones in the Philippines. Just in general, like, you just have to sign paperwork. It's all free. Some classes require certain materials, but if you attend a public school, you're guaranteed to pay nothing. Quick comparison lang din. In public schools dito, they're bush. Medyo stuck ako doon at first because, like, what the heck? Public schools? Literally equivalent siya ng high-end private schools of Philippines. Like, I don't know about you, pero like, OLMS is a trash bin. Like, a fucking... Like, OLMS is a rat hole, my dude. And the fact that I stayed in that rat hole for a solid decade says a lot about my pain tolerance. Isn't that crazy? I stayed in that rat hole for a solid 10 years. That's crazy. Like, when I say booze, I mean projector screens no one is using. Well, we still do have, in certain classes, whiteboards are still used, but in most of my classes, it's like a projector still, but all of the notes, all of the lectures were written on paper, and then there's a camera on the teacher's table, and they're projecting it to the screen. We call it the Promethean, and it goes up and down, so bluish, and then, like, compared to the ones in the Philippines, like, lahat nandun na. Like, dude, I swear to God, like, it says a lot. It says a lot. Pinaka-na-stuck ako sa science na biology class ko. Like, we are required a bunch of shit, like, in certain lab activities. We're required to bring papers, yada, yada, yada. And everything is provided by the school. And mind you, this is a public school. A public school. Sir, a public school. Pero lahat meron sila. And the fact na napaka-liberated ng tao, the fact na lahat, it's just diverse. My first day, my first class was pre-calculus. So mind you, shout out Miss Rita. Yep, you're my first ever teacher. And I got an A in that class. That's funny. Let's backtrack a little bit. Nakapag-start na sila ng discussion nila. That's like 2 weeks in. ng discussion nila, and then I came. I need to catch up on some homeworks, but overall it was fine. Like, she highly encouraged me to attend extra help, instructional help during lunchtime, and so I attended that. Like, dude, yung intense level niya compared sa Philippines, easy. Easy, I swear to God. Super easy, like, lahat ng help ipo-provide nila. And when they said, no child left behind, they fucking meant it. Like, kung kinakailangan, mag-retake ka ng sandamukal na quizzes para makapasa ka. Because the only way for you to fail a certain class or subject is if you don't show up, and if you're that student who doesn't give a shit and who's being forced by their parents to go to school. Like, lahat ng help. Like, there's no way for you to fail a class unless you're not enjoying school anymore. You don't have to be good. Like, again, super spoon-fed na mga students dito. Okay, not to say that it's super easy just in general, because it's a little bit hard. There's certain levels in each subject. There's on level, there's honors class, and then there's AP, which is advanced placement. AP classes are the equivalent of college level courses. My counselor told me you should really apply for the honors classes. I think you'll do great based on your academic records. And I was like, what the heck? Honors, dude, intimidating. I was like, fuck no. No. And so I took just pre-cal, on-level pre-cal. It was fucking easy. Again, mind you, I was late, but I received a solid A. The school was fucking big. Coming from a very tiny school in the Philippines, both OLMS and FEU, our school population in Sweden was whopping nearly 2,000. It was a lot. And then art class, I really enjoyed my art class. Ang funny because like we had to do this certain project, and then I took most of my materials at home and then finished everything in a day or two because, you know, Mr. Pia style, you'll never know when's the deadline. And mind you, we did that shit for over 3 weeks. I came in the next day. I came into that class, my art class, all prepared. I was like, what's next? What's next? And then she was like, just keep on doing what you're doing. Just keep on cutting out pictures for your collage. I'm like, I thought that was homework. And I asked my friend. He was like, no, we can't do this for 3 weeks. And students in that class don't give a shit. Also, I did a dance class because my professor insisted, because I told him that I was enjoying dancing, blah, blah, blah. And so I attended Dance as Fine Art. It was really fun. That's when I first met my coach. I'm gonna do my brows really quick. If you're wondering why my brows is like half of its size, it's because I chopped my brows in half when the entire lifted brows look became a thing. Also influenced by the mother Jenna. And like when I say students wear makeup, they would fucking go to school beat up, like clean brows. It's like a fucking prom every day. Is this alright? That's fine. I'm not going anywhere. Maybe extend the tail a little bit. Dahil nga super lazy na mga students dun, I was acing my classes. I wanted to do well, and you know, mentality ko at that time is like, I was given this opportunity, why put it to waste? And so, grinded, became an honor roll, and really happy about that. We're keeping that. We're done. Face is done. I'm gonna apply some highlight really quickly. I spent the first 2 months of my junior year in the library. Like literally, library is like the story of my life. And I have nothing against it. It was just, I wish I could have used more that time to learn more about the SAT. No one literally told me about that. But it's whatever, it's done. Everything fell into place when I attended community college where I'm enrolled now. I knew I was prepared for a whole 4-year university college experience. So fast forward to senior year. I feel like the biggest highlight of my senior year was being part of POMS. You know, like they take athletics here in the States seriously. And in fact, a lot of people use that as their entryway for college and scholarships. Today, I don't know what I'll be going for, but I want to use my Jeffree Star's Shane Dawson conspiracy palette. Before you come get me, I was a big fan of that video process. I was a big fan of that series. I know there's a lot of issues circulating around, including Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, the entire YouTube community. Don't even get me started with that discussion. Anyways, yeah, don't come for me. I know the issue behind it. I just love the palette. I feel like it's very fun. And the fact that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson came with an entire series revealing the entire process that's being put into an entire palette is just amazing to me. It's really fun, something new, and it's very much awaited for. Don't come for me. I know what they've done. I know. The receipts, I've seen it. Anyways, we're not here to talk about drama. We're here to talk about school. We're doing it. We're doing it. We are doing it. Oh my god, here we go. Here goes nothing. I spent an entire summer preparing for the audition. I even attended camp, workouts. It was just a really fun experience overall. I, as a senior, tried to audition. I mean, I'm a senior, like, it's not gonna benefit either me or the team because just 1 year and it's gonna go, so there's no growth. Anyways, going back to POMS. I got it. I'm the only senior rookie. It was a whole issue. Very fun, but it was a mess. Mind you, like POMS, senior POMS is crazy. There's a lot of responsibilities and students look up to you even if you're a rookie. And like, also mind you, which is also why I was like a little bit embarrassed, not embarrassed, but like I was a little bit conscious to be part of the team because first of all, I'm the new girl. No one knows me. I'm like, people are like, who the heck is this new girl? And I'm part of the POMS team. I'm gonna represent the school in competition, in games. Like, who the heck is this bitch? Kind of thing. It was a lot. It was a lot. Like, even POMS on its own, I felt bullied. Of course, like dramas like that, it's very inevitable. It was pretty sad that it existed and it happened to me because that's the least I would expect from a POMS team, which we all refer to as family. It's fine, it's whatever. Also, I took AP Lit. Who thought I'd be taking AP Lit? AP Literature. An immigrant lady like me would sign up for literature. The AP Literature class, by far my favorite. It gave me the challenge that I was looking for. The discussion, very interesting. The professor, she was a bit of a bitch, but she's the kind of bitch you want in your life. Okay, we're back. I'm gonna use blood sugar. Should I use Cavity? Cavity's a big pop. Anyways, let's use that. I'm so scared. I didn't attain straight A's because of misstanding. To be fair, I got A my final quarter, but the average, nah, still a solid B. But it was fine, it was good. Like, she was really good. Also, like, I applied for Towson because college application, especially if you're a senior, is the talk. Like, people are gonna be asking, where you're planning to apply literally the first day of school. And you gotta have answers, because if not, you're gonna have weird looks. Happened to me multiple times. Didn't care. Like, it's easy for them to say and like give comments because they're not in the position. And you have to understand that these people are somewhat ignorant, because again, they don't know, and you explaining shit to them is just a waste of time because they're never gonna understand. Like, they can only understand so much to a certain extent, but in general, they're not gonna empathize. At the end of the conversation, they're just gonna look down at it and be like, oh, you're not applying anywhere? Anyways, I think we're done with the ice. You know the fun part of this entire thing? The glitter. Diet Cola on the center. So again, most of my senior year was focused on palms. After winning it, went downhill from there. Some of the courses I took were fucking B. Oh, and also senior year, I took most of my requirements. I feel like a lot of people hated me for God knows why. Some struggles that I definitely wouldn't forget in my entire high school career was the experience. Prom was fucking overhyped. Not even great. The experience wasn't great. My date was relatively okay. Had a lot of beef with a lot of people. Okay, I'm done with the eyes. I'm gonna pop on some lashes now. Then we're gonna be done. Can you believe that I'm done? Almost. I miss my friends in the Philippines. I feel like they're doing well without me, and I feel like that's the worst thing. Fun fact, when I came here in the States, I deleted my main Facebook account for the very reason that I feel so sad that I just can't handle seeing, updates and photos of my family and friends doing well and thriving without me. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I feel like I actually became very independent here more than ever in my life. Looking back at it, my high school experience wasn't so bad. I feel like it definitely could have gone worse, but I'm happy with the memories that I have. It's definitely not the same as the ones that I had in the Philippines. Duh, no one can beat that. Just think of it as new and improved. New look, new improved, same taste. Argentina corned beef. No, but for real, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, do let me know. I know it's a very long-winded, very convoluted, all over the place talk through video, but we made it. After how many hours, we're done. Did this look, chat with you guys. I love hanging with y'all. Please do comment down below what you think. Please do give me some love and support. I would extremely love that. And again, this is for you guys, para sa aking mga kababayan, and hanggang sa muli. Bye!